Good day and welcome to another episode of Regional Review. I'm Kambowe, the Namibian Media Holdings correspondent in the Northeastern regions. I'll be giving you highlights of events that unfolded in the Northeastern regions over the past week. On today's show, we'll also feature Mr. Marcelius Haivera, a teacher in Rundu, who will be telling us about how the issue of overcrowdedness in schools is affecting the quality of education in the region. Meanwhile, in history, today is World Yoga Day, so check out the next video. In our first story, we look at the official opening of the Angola and Namibian borders. Last week, the Namibia and Angola border near Rundu, known as the Sarasungu border post, was officially opened after it was closed for the past 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Citizens of both countries must present a vaccination card indicating receiving 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine, a national document, and a negative PCR test in order to enter either country. Those with only 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine will be required to quarantine in the host country for a period of up to 7 days at their own cost. A PCR test is said to cost in the range of $700 Namibian. At the opening of the border, Kambowe's Governor Boniface Wakudumo had this to say.
First, good morning to you. We are here to reopen the Namibia-Angola border, which was closed for almost 2 years back now. That is the reason why we are here.
Okay, but what does this mean now to the economy of our country?
Yeah, you see, the reopening of the border means socio-economic conditions have to improve in terms of the movement of our people and goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of illegal crossing, what does this mean as well? Because people are being forced now to get the vaccination, and what about those now who don't want?
Yeah.
What's your message to them?
The message to the people who attempt maybe to do illegal crossing, despite that they don't want to get vaccinated, the message must be very, very clear that we need really to go for vaccinations, to get your first dose as well as your second dose. And those ones who are trying to do illegal crossing, the arm of the law, the security arm, will severe deal with the people who attempt to cross illegally.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Officially open. Namibians, you heard, follow the COVID regulations. Make sure you have all your documentation and you are free to go into Angola and conduct your business activities. Thank you very much.
Works and Transport Minister John Mutorwa, who is currently in the Kambowe regions on official business, could not contain his disappointment after a recent visit to the roads contractor company's office in Rundu, where he saw how an office and multi-million-dollar equipment in a sorry state. This is what transpired.
We just need to get the regional office of Roads Authority Engineering to operate from here. We cannot allow government properties just to go to waste like this. And it's a place big enough which can accommodate so many people. But this is a scandal, it's a scandal to have a government property or state property in a very decaying state like this. And I want people to quote me on this one when you report tonight. Okay, why we are here, so that the whole Namibian people can see how waste is. I also want the front page there.
No problem.
Yeah, we are wasting a lot of things.
Someone
Even files are here.
even someone can even come and sleep here. Through the window.
And we don't have the money to waste, If we cannot maintain what we have and use properly what we have, how do we get other things?
Okay.
This thing is, the structure is strong enough, everything is strong. You see?
So you just imagine. No, look at them. Our roads don't have those reflectors.
How much does this cost?
There is something outside on it. And the people are after
storeroom. Then the storeroom was maybe dismantled. Then the thing is just there lying on the ground.
And you know what people do with that? Those stars, they will take and put in their bars for disco to reflect when they're playing the light. Yeah.
In our third story, we look at the Masubia chieftainship court battle. Following the rejection of his claim to the Masubia Traditional Authority throne, former legal drafter in the Justice Ministry, Gilbert Muhongo Mutwa, has taken the matter to court, citing he is being denied his birthright. The Masubia tribe is yet to learn who the successor of the late Chief Kisco Liswanyi III, who died in July last year due to COVID-19, will be, as the matter is now before court. According to the court documents filed by Mutwa through his lawyer, Delitungapo Ndaitwa, he turned to the High Court on an urgent basis to interdict the coronation of either James Kabati Maiba or Frederick Nalisa as the chief of the Masubia tribe. Mutwa turned to court on 25 January this year, which was a day before the coronation of a new chief for the Masubia tribe. The Masubia Traditional Authority, Nalisa Maiba, the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Utoni, Zambezi Governor Lawrence Mpofu are the respondents in this matter. In his founding affidavit, Mutwa argues that neither Nalisa nor Maiba is the rightful heir to the throne, adding that the coronation was being conducted without the blessing of the Line Ministry, the Urban and Rural Development Minister.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We have a challenge when it comes to young kids or young kids going to school. You know, teacher-learner ratio in Kavango is just, I don't know how can I term it, because it doesn't work here. We have a problem, a very big problem. We have got most of the schools who are having more learners. One class, you will find more than 100 learners, 80 learners, 70 learners. Now, as a teacher, how will you cope in terms of making sure that every learner is attended to? Because the number is very large, the number is very big. Yeah, I will give you an example. You go to Sarsungu Combined School, you can get 100 learners in a class. Go to Ndama here, very near. It is west. Go to the new school, to Maineni, or Guruguru. 110 learners in a class. Yeah, so it is just a challenge, and it is affecting even teachers emotionally. You know, the work is too much. Instead of concentrating, instead of now assisting all the learners, you end up frustrated. At the end of the day, the learners will not be attended to. Learners are losing out. So that is the problem we have around Kavango East region. Remember, Rundu is, the most biggest or largest town in terms of learners occupation. 50% of the learners in the whole Kavango are in Rundu. So that's why these ratio things, it is just a word there. We don't even talk about it because it is out of number with us, many learners and very few teachers.
Okay, tell us what do you think should be done to address this learner to teacher ratio? One of them obviously would be to build more skills, but how do you think, or what do you think should be done?
Yeah, well, before I come to what should be done, there is a system that is going on. I understand the ministry proposed a platoon system. This system also is affecting learners. Look, a learner will go to school today, tomorrow he or she is off. And this particular learner will be left unattended to. At the end of the day, remember, many parents are surviving on selling fat cakes, selling tomatoes and other products. Now they'll end up sending their kids to go and sell. Now, when this learner go and sell, he or she will start now knowing money. She will now start knowing the good part of having money. At the end of the day, he or she will be interested more into looking for money than going to school. Yeah, you see, even in the school grounds, you find out that learners are selling some illegal alcohols. For instance, this week from Angola, because they are used to selling something at home during these off days, they have to continue doing so. Yeah, they will even start taking it or drinking it. Yeah, at the end of the day, you now say no. The region is very high in terms of teenage pregnancy and all that. These are some of the factors that is contributing to teenage pregnancy. Now, coming to what should be done, well, I know when you talk about constructing schools, you always now touch to the relevant authority that no, they do not have money and all that. But that is the only way in order to at least reduce this challenge. More schools need to be constructed, need to be built. And we have got many teachers. Teachers are more than enough in the street. They can offer. Even if you're not building classes, we can make use of tents, temporary structures, so that these teachers can be absorbed from the street to assist these learners who are sitting there doing nothing.
Tell us now, with all these challenges, because this is something affecting the learners from a tender age, whereby they go through all these challenges. Tell us now, as the learners are graduating up to the higher levels, we come and see the national examinations. Some schools, they can't even produce one child to go to university and all that. Would you blame this on the current way our education sector is set up?
Look, if this particular learner is not taken care of from the word go, from the beginning, what more can you expect now in the secondary level? It is going to be worse. You know, education is very important. You make sure that you take care of this kid from the childhood up to the senior secondary? Well, blaming, of course, obvious the system, we must say the current system is not really taking care of the Namibian child. That is the reality. We cannot run away from it. The only way is we must just come up with ways and means on how can we maybe try to for me, the ministry or the system need to be reluctant, because it is not producing. It is not producing. Look at what happened. Look at the current result that we got compared to previous. Now, instead of doing much better than expected, here we are. So meaning our system somewhere, somehow, needs to be adjusted.
Join the club, the Infinity Club with Paratus, and jump into a world of limitless connectivity. For only $599 per month excluding VAT, the new LTE Infinity Lite package that includes a Wingle will overcome all limitations. Visit paratus.africa/NA for more information.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Looking at the weather for the northeast, Rundu and Kongola can expect partly cloudy conditions today and showers tomorrow, whereafter it will clear somewhat. Temps are in the mid-30s. Rain is forecast for Nkurunkuru today, tomorrow and again on Saturday, with partly cloudy and hot conditions the rest of the time. At Katima and Kasani, patchy clouds are forecast for the next 2 days, whereafter it will be sunny and hot.
We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Regional Review same time tomorrow. And keep watching NTV, the best TV in Namibia so far.